Good afternoon, everyone. Our topic today about this host would criminalize individuals or an organization who do not recycle. Before we discuss this motion further, I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Aulia Larasati from SMA 1 Demak as the first speaker of affirmative government. As we know, the Earth is getting older and increasingly uncomfortable to live in. Even though research is being conducted to examine planets other than Earth to be livable after everything on Earth is damaged. This research strengthens the evidence that it turns out that the Earth or planet we live on now could soon be said to be unfit to live in due to the actions of humans who only care about personal profit or comfort. Therefore, the government must be more concerned about this and follow up of this behavior so that people get deterred. This of course really disturbs the conditions of our earth, which can be said to be old and needs better and proper care. If this problem is not addressed, then in the future there will be many problems that will occur on the earth. One of the biggest problems of our earth is waste. As I have discussed before, that the earth is getting old and humans are actually adding more problems toward destroying the earth. This waste is usually generated by household waste, including organic waste, for example, vegetables, meat scrap, fish scraps, rotten fruits, leaves, dry twigs, animal waste, and so on. Inorganic waste includes used bottles, plastic, drink cans, glass, leftover water after washings, and anything else. Hazardous waste includes used batteries, used neon or light bulbs, empty aerosol cans used for mosquito repellent, air freshener, and others. Used containers for cosmetic, skincare, and cleaning fluids, expired medicine, and others. Not only household waste, there are industry waste too. According to data from the Ministry of Environment and Forestry, it is states that waste production in Indonesia alone reached 1,000 to 2,500 tons per day. On average, one Indonesian resident contributes 1.7 kilogram of waste per day. If calculated on an annual scale, Indonesia produces 64 million tons of waste. This number is not a small number. Can we imagine what the world's waste is like? If it's just one country, the waste output is already very large. Therefore, recycling activities are very important from the sustainability of our environment in the future. What exactly is recycling? Recycle is the processing of materials of products that are no longer used to raw materials that can be reused. This process aims to reduce the use of new raw materials and reduce waste dumped into environment. Therefore, we strongly agree with this motion that the government is right to take a decision like this. In fact, the law itself has stated that anyone who manage B3 waste without a permit as reverted to in Article 59, paragraph 4, shall be subject to imprisonment from the minimum of 1 year and maximum 3 years, and fine of at least 1 billion rupiah and a maximum of 3 billion rupiah. This is done by the government so that the perpetrators feel deterrent for the behavior they are doing. For household waste, there are 3 types of waste treatment, namely physical processing, chemical processing, and biological processing. Environment pollution due to household waste covers all elements, namely air, water, and land. Proper processing of household waste is needed to avoid pollution to the environment. The proper processing of household waste is adjusted to the type of household waste produced. A mandatory requirement from the Indonesia government that every industrial player must have is to have a waste processing plant. Every profit obtained from industrial process must be accompanied by waste processing so that it is not detrimental to the environment or other living creatures. Open landfilling is the first solution or processing that can be done on solid waste. Solid waste is divided into organic and non-organic. Organic solid waste will be better landfilled because it will be broken down by the decomposing organism, making the soil more fertile. The sanitary landfill use holes that have been lined with clay and plastic to prevent expansion in the soil, and the methane gas form can be used to produce electricity. For liquid waste itself, its processing that can be carried out as it follows. Primary processing involves screening, initial processing, sampling, and floating. This processing is effective for oil and fat pollution. Secondary processing using microorganisms to break down materials. Special tertiary processing, disinfection, sludge treatment or sludge treatment. Processing of waste gas in the industrial sector can be carried out as follows: controlling exhaust emissions, remove particulate matter from exhaust air. B3 waste processing. And I will strongly believe that this motion is right decision that government choose to be next rules. Thank you. That's all for me.